The key benefits, I think it's centralised a lot of information that we had lying around in different places. So we had previously to Rapport, we had spreadsheets, we had tables, all kinds of stuff, which then all got put into one place. And I think that really helped a lot of people in the company just know where to look if they're looking for something specific. You know, even like people in the Bath office, what their phone number is or what their email address is was a big benefit. The dashboard is in the first opening page.
The functionality of moving them around, which bits you focus on.
I think the directors have found the dashboards really useful just to give a snapshot of invoicing that's come in and future workload. Because before we had to use various spreadsheets and almost kind of guesstimate stuff, whereas now there's a really obvious visual. Is workload dropping off, or we're going to be quite busy in the next couple of months, we need to hire some more people. So having that kind of visual cue has been really useful. I think efficiencies, yes. So knowing how well certain projects are doing, and also flagging up if there's projects that are maybe not going quite as well. I think previously we didn't flag it up until a lot later, whereas it's very obvious now. There's a big kind of red flashing warning sign if a project's not going very well. Then a few questions are asked a lot sooner. Generally, it's been good. The setup was quite a long process to get everything set up. There was a few things that were unclear to start with, but generally, when we asked questions, everything was kind of answered fairly quickly, and it just seemed like a nice bunch, which is always pleasant to work with. There's probably three of us. So Dan looks after the more technical stuff, Teresa does the financial stuff, and I probably just oversee kind of general contact, I think. So we looked at probably 3 different companies, and we just did a due diligence. So I got in touch with everyone that I knew who was using either your competitors or Rapport and asked for feedback about how they got on with the companies. And we collated it all, we went through it, and I think based on the feedback we got from other people, but also the price, everything, Rapport was a kind of obvious choice. To see what was coming ahead, because I think there's lots of things that we're trying to do in the company that we could waste a lot of time trying to develop, that if you guys are developing it, then I'll just wait and not bother spending time doing it internally if it's going to come out in a couple of years anyway. Seeing all the developments with Power BI, I think is probably going to be, the next 2 things we're going to be looking at are using the QA modules to help monitor projects, but also Power BI, I think, would be getting more information in a visual, easy to understand format, I think would be beneficial.
Yeah, Amy's great at her Power BI reports.
Yeah, it's a very powerful kind of tool, I think, to have.
Definitely.
In terms of like the impending recession.
In terms of the impending recession.
That's going to boil down to competitive fees. So knowing a bit more awareness of how competitive we can make our fees and still make a profit, I think is going to be useful. Monitoring projects, keeping an eye on them, I think it's all part of trying to run a business during a recession, really.
Those are my questions.
Okay. All good?
Perfect.
Yeah.